Gathered friends, listen again to our legend of the Bionicle. Hello everyone, it's Brian, and here on Amaja-Nui Tales, we'll be checking out all of the different locations within the Matoran universe and beyond. Today, we'll be visiting the underwater village of Mahri Nui. Mahri Nui was a village that was once part of the island of Voya-Nui before it sank into the depths of the ocean on Aqua Magna. Also known as the Lost Land, this undersea city was situated on a giant rock and was the shelter for a diverse number of Matoran. The village was surrounded by large bubbles which acted as a source of air as well as a barrier against the mutagenic waters. Light stones kept the city bright in the dark waters. The underwater fortress housed a council chamber where Matoran discussed various issues and made decisions democratically. The village also had pens for Rahi called Hydruka that helped maintain the source of air from plants called airweeds. There was also a school that taught Matoran about the aquatic life around them. Mahri Nui had plenty of terrain features in close proximity from the city. The pillars of salt were salt deposits that became hunting grounds for takea sharks. The Octo Cave was home to sea squids that roamed the black waters. The fields of air were areas covered in airweeds that Matoran used to sustain and defend their way of life. The Matoran Holy Sanctuary was a memorial that housed sentimental items that fell down from the ocean's surface. Towering the city was a long stone tunnel known as the Cord, which connected Mahri Nui to the island of Voya-Nui above. The village of Mahri Nui was formed shortly after the Great Cataclysm launched Voya-Nui onto Aqua Magna. The town was situated on top of cooled, molten protodermis that was created by the nearby volcano Mount Valmai. For a time, the Matoran thrived on this new city until weak foundations caused the land to slide down into the ocean waves. Mahri Nui smashed into an airweed field that released bubbles, giving the Matoran enough time to build a shelter to protect themselves from the mutagenic waters. Molten protodermis dripped down from the volcano above and created the cord which anchored Voya-Nui from drifting. Mahri Nui ended up landing on the ocean floor, near the broken prison of the Baraki warlords called the Pit. The city also happened to crush a fortress that belonged to the Baraki. Though the undersea warlords became furious, they avoided attacking the village since it provided no benefits. When the legendary Mask of Life reached Mahri Nui, the Baraki went about searching for it. One of the Baraki attempted to launch an attack on the underwater city to claim the mask, but called it off, believing the raid would destroy the mask. Later on, a giant venom eel created by the Mask of Life started rampaging throughout the village. To avoid the city's destruction, the Matoran started smashing light stones to place Mahri Nui in darkness. The eel eventually left to search for other prey. The Toa Mari soon arrived at the city and offered to help the Matoran despite being initially seen as escaped prisoners of the Pit. When the fields of air nearby were under occupation by Rahi belonging to the Baraki, the Toa drove them out to gain the Matoran's trust. Though this trust quickly disappeared after the Matoran saw the Toa talking with the warlords. Though the Toa Mari went away from the city for a time, they later returned and successfully convinced the Matoran that they were allies. Eventually, in order to restore the Great Spirit's health and Voya-Nui's original position, the Toa Mari evacuated the Matoran of Mahri Nui through the tunnels of the Cord to bring them to the island above. The Toa then destroyed the cord, sending Voya-Nui down to its original location below the ocean floor, which smashed Mahri Nui in the process. Though the underwater village was left non-existent, the surviving Matoran were finally able to return to their homeland.
If you'd like to see more tales, check out our channel and our videos. Thank you so much for watching. This is the way of the Bionicle.